Good evening, everyone out there. We are so glad that you're joining us tonight for our virtual grand opening of the Writing Center of Right on Door County. My name is Lauren Ward. I'm our Managing Director.
I'm Jared Santek, Artistic Director.
I'm Vinnie Shomo, one of the board members.
And I'm Ann Emerson, also. We're so glad that you can join us tonight. Some of you are tuning in on Zoom webinar. If you're on Zoom webinar tonight and you pre-registered, feel free to reach out and ask questions as our presentation goes on tonight. Our wonderful intern, Audrey City, is standing by to answer any questions that she can help with. If you're watching on Facebook Live, you can also interact with the chatting app with Facebook Live if you have any questions. We're so excited that you're here tonight. We're going to have a lot of fun things happen. We're going to hear live music from Katie Dahl. We're going to obviously get a wonderful tour of the space, learn a little bit about Right on Door County, the people who are involved, and all of the wonderful donors and participants that we've had over the years to make this dream happen. We're also going to be hearing two readings, one from the Door County Poet Laureate, Nancy Rathel, and another from the Door County Poets Collective and Estella Lauder, reading from the new volume of poetry, Halfway to the North Pole. We'd like to thank all of our donors at this time who've made tonight possible. And I'm sitting on something that Ann Emerson is going to talk a little bit about for a moment.
Yes, we wanted, while we're outside, since it'll be getting dark soon, to show one of the benches, a donor bench that will be going along the outer trail for people to enjoy when they walk our property. When we thought of ways of thanking our donors, we wanted to be creative, of course, and connect words with the recognitions. So these beautiful benches by Farm Leader Meyer, cedar benches, the donors at a certain level choose something from Door County nature that is significant to them. This is an example of, this is the Heinz Emerald Dragonfly, and Mary Ellen Sisolak of Turtle Ridge Gallery, and fabulous artists in so many ways, has offered to create these nature plaques that are on the benches. And then, since we're all about words and inspiring people to tell their stories, there are hidden words under each plaque chosen by the donor. This is Shimmer. And we hope that as people go down our trails, which are so incredibly beautiful on 39 acres, they will be inspired by the nature and the wonderment of this beautiful place and this beautiful place that we live in, and respond to these hidden elements of magic.
So one of the things that we do at the beginning of all of our programming here at Right on Door County is to read a land acknowledgement, which I'm going to do at this time. Right On sits on the lands of Indigenous peoples, specifically the land that is home to the Potawatomi tribe, as well as the Winnebago, Ojibwa, Sauk, Menominee, and Ottawa tribes. These tribes were forced to leave. However, this is still their land and their home, and it always will be. And we at Right on Door County will continue to acknowledge it as such. We also wanted to let you know that during the evening tonight as we go, we'll be having a variety of fun giveaways, different things that you can interact with while you're online. We'll be giving away t-shirts, we'll be giving away a copy of the new volume of poetry, Halfway to the North Pole, a gift certificate or two, a couple of other fun items. So stay tuned as we go through the night. We'll be asking you some fun little trivia questions about Right On. And the first one or two people, I'll let you know each time, who respond by chatting into either Zoom or Facebook that answer the question correctly will get to win a fun little takeaway.
in one of our other traditions is that we always start each of our board meetings with a poem. And I'd like to share a poem with you tonight that I think speaks to the program that we're about to have. And this is by a good friend of Right On, the poet Naomi Shihab Nye. It's titled, Come With Me. Come with me to the quiet minute between two noisy minutes. It's always waiting, ready to welcome us, tucked under the wing of the day. I'll be there. Where will you be? Thank you.
Welcome to Right On Door County.
Door County is such a wonderful, creative individuals, and the music scene, the theater scene, visual arts, they've been so alive here, and we felt writing and the literary arts had to be a part of the fabric of Door County.
I think that all of us as human beings have stories to tell. And I think that sometimes people don't recognize that, or they think to themselves, or they say to themselves, well, my story doesn't really matter, it's not that different or unique. And I think it's the stories that humans tell that connects us and brings us all closer.
To me, writing is just so essential to connect with other people, to tell your stories. We connect through stories.
Our mission is to inspire people to write and share their stories. There are so many wonderful ways that you can inspire people to write and to share. And one of the things that we realize is that a lot of people are intimidated by writing. And we want to explore other ways in which their stories can be shared if they're not comfortable writing.
From doing, all right, I'm going to try a class, to I'm going to try writing something, to I'm going to pursue this and keep telling stories and maybe find out that I had a talent I never knew I had. That's one avenue. There's also the avenue of working with the schools up here and the children of Door County to foster a love of writing.
Children have a really natural sense of wonder already, and so to be given the opportunity to come to a place where you can go on the trails, you can go through the building, we'll have a things for children, programs for children. It's a really nice opportunity to kind of capture what is important to them.
We have been so fortunate to have wonderful writers in residence. Each of them is bringing something different and unique. Unlike a lot of other artist communities and residency programs, we are open to people at all stages of their career and all genres of writing. So we've had students who are currently in MFA programs, as well as people who have published 7 books or more.
It's easy for us to forget how lucky we are in terms of the caliber of artists that we have come here regularly for all different reasons. And the great thing about Right On is that not only are they bringing those authors in to, illuminate our lives, but also it gives them such a a gift of time and space for them to write here.
You know, we've always had this very successful residency program where people come in and hunkered down and written great things while they're here. But now with this beautiful center, you know, we're just looking forward to having more access for people.
We've always taken our programming around the county and offered it in various community settings, and we'll still continue to do that. But the ongoing classes and workshops and new programs that we hope to develop, having a place where those can be housed and people know is going to be, you know, it's going to be an enormous help to us. I think we're going to have so many different offerings at this center, from exploring the trail, and there are words hidden along the path that help them explore writing, to these bookmaking activities and just story hours and things that can more gently introduce people to the fact that, yeah, I think I can write a story, I can write a poem, I can write my life history.
We're in the entrance to the building. We named the Living Library, but now we're kind of thinking of calling it the Discovery Library as folks are coming in. When we first started working together, 2012, and decided we wanted to build a building to honor writing and coming together through story. Every single person I seem to talk to mentioned Kabbalah Washako, Kabbalah Washako, Kabbalah Washako Architects in Cedarburg. And I kind of was like, oh, I better go find out who these people are. So I called Alan Washako, went to Milwaukee or Cedarburg, and he graciously took me to several properties they were in the midst of building. In the meantime, I had read about their really international reputation, honoring the land as they create their buildings. On the phone, he said we use it's Christopher Alexander's pattern languages, where we work with clients and establish patterns that will carry forth what they envision. So he thought pattern languages would be perfect for a writing center. Well, he couldn't have been more correct. They've been extraordinary to work with. I think you can feel, I hope you can feel what is here. Every person who's come in, not too many have yet, but those who have, many get teary-eyed, and I hope I won't know. But there is a spirit here that is very moving. I think it's an authenticity or integrity, and then you can see the beauty, and to see the inside connected to the outside, which is, I think, one of their central tenets with us. I can only say it's been an incredible experience. Everybody who's worked on this has put heart and soul into it. The masons, the potter who made the tiles that's in the kitchen, the 89-year-old woman, Bernice Lassay, who did our window seat cushions. There are stories in almost every nook and cranny here. And I've been taking pictures. I come up here a lot because I love to be here. And I've been taking pictures of the workmen as they're here. And I'd love to make some sort of a monograph or something to honor all of them. So,
Yes, and then Anne mentioned part of the writing center is connecting it to the outdoors, which we have a beautiful, Jason Feldman and his crew did an excellent job of creating the patio space, and then it leads to 33 acres of trails right out the back door, which leadership for our county was a part of creating those, so we thank them for that, and we're really excited to be able to use the trails as part of the programming.
Nancy and Dan, Nancy Ayton and Dan Collins did an excellent job with over 2,000 plantings outside as well, all native species to Door County to honor the land. So we're grateful for that.
Carlson Erickson did the building construction, and every detail, I don't know if you can see, this is a concrete floor with little glass chips in it. We chose an earth blend, and as the concrete rolled in, the people actually came up from Milwaukee and just kept tossing glass chips, and it was all covered by concrete, and we kept telling people, oh, this is going to be so magnificent, and it was just concrete. 8 months later, they came back, and I think there were 9 grindings of the floor to reveal this beautiful sparkling glass.
This evening, we're very happy to be joined by the current Door County Poet Laureate, Nancy Rappel. Welcome, Nancy.
Thank you, Jared. I have a poem that honors the building, and then I have a poem from the new Halfway to the North Pole. And both of them are prose poems. So the first one, and thanks to the book Braiding Sweetgrass by Robin Wall Kimmerer for inspiring me also, in addition to being inspired by the building. New life in Juddville. Yes, there's new life here in Juddville. Not human, but a new non-human person. Anyone traveling down Juddville Road the last year has seen its gestation. Yes, the Right On Door County Writers Center has been birthed. Writers and readers are breathing life into stone, wood, glass, and the building is gifting them with energy, serenity, drive, creativity. A building alive? A non-human person? How can that be, you ask? But yes, the building is alive and is taking nourishment. A number of midwives have participated in its birth, creating backsplash tile, plaques on benches, artwork, landscaping. Other caretakers will fill a quarter-mile of bookshelves to become the literary heartbeat of the building. A heartbeat which will soon invigorate writers and readers when they visit here. Oh yes, the building is alive in gifting all who enter. And all who enter gift the building through their readings and writings. Readings and writings, all nature of words. Those words in turn grow and inspire others. Right here on Juddville Road, give and take of words. And we are all part of this new life. And the second poem begins with a statement from a real estate guide. The opportunity to relive rural heritage, slate chalkboards and maple floors hint at a remarkable history. The poem is titled For Sale. 1909 saw the first class at Roosevelt School in rural Forestville. Tin ceilings greeted students after their climb up the boys' or girls' staircase. Classrooms were spacious, windows gleaming, bell tower impressive. Miss Emily taught there before she gardened under the Bailey's Harbor bluff. From 1909 to the mid-1950s, the 3 R's were drilled into and life's lessons absorbed by young minds and bodies. The character of the door was shaped by these individuals and their cousins throughout the county in numerous small rural schools. There must have been a set of encyclopedias somewhere near the front of each classroom, and a globe, and rolled up maps. Cloakroom offered up smells of farm animals and wood stoves. Water cooler graced the entryway, and outhouses answered nature's call. Textbooks were passed down to the next generation. Slate chalkboards still hold dust of square roots, history timelines, sentence diagrams. Mothers didn't drive their offspring to school. Everybody walked, big kids shepherding little ones. At farm mailboxes, dogs wagged their tails while waiting for their charges to return home. School socials offered student plays and musical recitals, along with auctioned boxed lunches and homemade ice cream. Good work and tidy papers earned the reward of ringing the bell, clapping chalk erasers, pumping water. And now, for sale, a 6,500 square foot residence, gym in the basement, Wi-Fi ready study in the bell tower, separate 3-car garage, satellite dish. Are the floors still marked where the desks were fastened? Does the bell still ring after recess? Have the missing rulers been found? Are the stories written down? Thank you.
Thank you, Nancy. And now we'd like to share with you the history of Right On Door County.
Connect with other people to tell your stories. We connect through stories. We all have stories to share, and all the components really sort of were there from the beginning with this small group of people, and then we just gathered like souls as we went along. And even in the early emails, I said, I feel we need a paid director, but then the rest of us will all be volunteers. But we need somebody who knows what they're doing.
The fact that Jared, a person of his qualifications, was available and wanted to move to Door County, and the fact that there was these 2 properties that were for sale at the time, we kind of looked at each other and more or less went, you know, the stars are aligned here.
I had been a visitor to Door County, just had discovered it and fell in love with the area, and each time that I visited here, I thought this would be a beautiful place to have a writers, like a summer writers conference or a writing retreat. I had this idea and they were having this idea at the same time, and we met in the winter spring of 2012, and I'm thinking, okay, you know, maybe 2017, 2018, maybe we can get something going, you know, that 5-year plan sort of thing. And we kept having conversations, and in April of 2013, they said, well, we have this gift of land and property. Do you want to come get it started?
Door Community Auditorium brought Billy Collins, the United States Poet Laureate at the time, and Right On Door County was the only organization that sponsored him coming and contributed to bringing him. And here we are in Fish Creek, Wisconsin, in this gorgeous auditorium that we have, and there's Billy Collins, you know, there's the United States Poet Laureate, and he's talking to my students, and he's here. And I remember thinking, like, this organization is doing really powerful, important things.
Our nonprofit status was approved in January of 2014, and we started doing programming almost right away. The first program that we did was actually in the living room of this house and was a collaboration with the Door County Reads program. And we had probably 40 to 50 people show up for that, way more than we expected on a February morning. For the first year or so of the residency program, I was contacting writers I had worked with saying, here's what I'm starting and maybe you'd like to come and spend some time working on your next project. But then word got around and we started getting applications from all over the country, not just the upper Midwest.
This is the community I grew up in, and the school I went to is a couple minutes up the road. And I was very fortunate that we had people like Ann Emerson and Vinnie Shomo who helped bring incredible artists into that school. I hope that we can further that, and we can see Door County becoming a place that is known as a haven for writers. Like, this is a place you go to write, this is a place where great work comes out of, and that's where you go to get inspired.
The Writing Center is going to be a place for all of us. As an organization, Write On Door County has existed thus far in pockets and in different locations. We have this residence here for our writers and residents to come and visit and be with us and facilitate a lot of the work that gets done. But we haven't had a true home yet. We might have families say, oh, I took this really fabulous workshop at the Crest Pavilion. Wonderful space, wonderful community space that we have, but it's not our home. Having the Writing Center gives us a true home. It gives us a place that people can say, I've been to Write On. It's a beautiful property and there's so much to see and do. And we really are just looking forward to being able to open that up to the community. You should come if you consider yourself a writer. This is a place where you should come to be inspired.
I have great hopes for Write On's future. The richness that will bring to the Door County community, and introducing people who may not be familiar with this part of Wisconsin or this part of the United States to what an incredibly beautiful and unique location we have here. We want to be very much a part of this community that we all love and respect, and offer programming that is meaningful to them and have something that is available year-round to everyone who makes their home here, either part-time or full-time. And that's how I see we'll be locally loved and nationally recognized, and that's exciting.
Hello everybody, wasn't that an awesome video? I loved it. I'm Katie Dahl, and I am here in my capacity as a former Write On Door County resident, and I'm not going to talk right now because Lauren is going to talk. You can hear me, all is well, I'm just waiting. No sound, oh. Oh, it's good? Okay, now you can apparently hear me. You tell me if it's true or not. I can see your beautiful chat. Oh, good, you can. So here I am. I'm still Katie Dahl. I was before, but you maybe couldn't hear me say that. So I'm Katie Dahl, and I was a resident at Write On in December of 2014, and I live in Door County, but it's hard to get work done in your own house. So I came 3 minutes down the road to the right on Door County House, and I wrote half of this album. And I needed to because I had studio time booked the next week. So it was an essential service that Right on Door County provided to me. So what I'm going to play for you tonight are, I'm going to just do a couple songs right now that I wrote while in residence at Right on Door County. And the first one is about summer, which was hard to imagine in December when I was in residence, even harder than it might be to imagine now. So this is called Crowns. Think of you when August falls, children turn their daisies into crowns. Children turn their daisies into crowns. I went chasing after monarchs, and I found you to cast my net around. And now I think of you when August falls, children turn their daisies into crowns. You were singing for your supper in the springtime when I asked to come inside. You were singing for your supper in the springtime when I asked to come inside. I was looking for the summer, or a mother, or a lover, or the sky. Bluebells ringing all the hillsides in the springtime when I asked to come inside. Red and roses in your kitchen and the corner with a broken violin. Red and roses in your kitchen and the corner with the broken violin. Queen Anne's lace in the ditches, the smell of eucalyptus on your skin. Well, the scent would set me sleeping. When I woke, I cried to dream again. How dizzy all the child's dreams, how pretty all the laurel greens, how easy all the child's dreams, how heavy fall the laurel greens. Well, I guess I fall for heroes like a black stone to the bottom of the sea. I guess I'd fall for heroes like a black stone to the bottom of the sea. Leaving daisy petals floating on the surface where my boat used to be. Well, I never mean to dive so deep. Anyone would love a fall that free. I never mean to dive so deep. Anyone would love a fall that free. Woo, the crowd goes wild. I am here to tell you, I know you've been seeing the videos and also like the Zoom video, but I am here to tell you this is a beautiful building. I had never seen it before. I hadn't even seen like plans or anything for it. It is so gorgeous in here, and I cannot wait to get my greedy little writerly hands in here and get some work done. It just, everything about it is so conducive to creativity and writing and community, and those are all the things that Right On brings to Door County. So it is like the perfect building embodiment of all those things, and I am really honored to be part of the exciting opening. So this other song, I remember I wrote out the lyrics on the there's like a chalkboard, right, Jared, in the like one of the rooms on the first floor, and I wrote the lyrics to this out on that chalkboard. I envision that chalkboard every time I sing it, because when I try to remember what verse comes next. So you're gonna see Right On in my eyes as I sing. This is called Bicentennial, and it's about a person who was whose birthday, who was born in March 1977. That's all you need to know. Well, I hear they lit some fireworks on the bicentennial, on the bicentennial, that night by Manistee. Oh yeah, your parents lit some fireworks on the bicentennial, in that little blue tent. That's how you came to be. I think America found its way into your blood. It made its way into your blood that night by Manistee. I think America is as rich as the red clay mud after a springtime flood way down in Tennessee. A land so green and gracious, it makes you want it all. Beneath the sky so spacious, it makes you feel so small. Well, I know boys like you in high school, they were all so beautiful, so sweet and beautiful when they were feeling brave. All those boys I knew in high school could be as mean as a baited bull, as loaded as a freighter's hull in Lake Michigan waves. I think you're shouting from that high cliff because you're sadder than you seem. I think you hate to see the sun lift because it wakes you from your dream. Now you act so holy in this age of the millennial, in these days of the plentiful, before the hurricane. I think you're just feeling lonely, watching all those dark clouds roll over the mountaintop toward the fruited plain. You are the dark and shining sea. You with the breaking heart, 'tis of thee I say. So maybe you should light some fireworks in your king-size bed, beneath the quilted spread that your mother made. Yeah, find a girl and light some fireworks. Or you could lay down your sweet, sweet head. Shine some light in the night above this home of the brave. Shine some light Pass it on. Pass it on the camera.
Thank you, Katie. That was wonderful. I've had the pleasure of hearing Katie Dahl perform several times, and I have to say, hearing her perform in this classroom is just amazing. So we are right now in the primary classroom of the Writing Center. Here we look forward to having you join us in person for book discussion groups, writing workshops, bookmaking activities, any host of creative activities. But in the meantime, we are taking our programs online and hope that you will join us in the virtual world until you can be with us here. We have a lot of great workshops coming up in fiction, poetry, young adult literature, making comics. So I hope that you'll visit our website and check out some of those opportunities. And while the pandemic has forced us to change some of what we're doing and deal with conflicts we didn't think about before, it's also provided us with a lot of wonderful new opportunities. One of those is our Craft of Writing series, which each month focuses on a different genre of writing. In November, we're thrilled to have former Wisconsin Poet Laureate Kimberly Blazer and Cave Canem Fellow Sean Hill presenting on poetry. And in December, John Coy and Bao Phi will focus on picture books. So it's an amazing monthly series that we hope that you'll join us for. Another one of the exciting opportunities and great surprises of this pandemic is our collaboration with Verona, the National Writers' House in New South Wales, Australia. We became connected with each other, as so many people are doing these days, through a Zoom meeting, and we realized we're both writers' residency programs, one of the few residency programs solely for writers, and we got together and decided we would do an international virtual residency program. We started in July, and we just had our second session last week. It's been an amazing opportunity for 3 of our former residents and 3 of Verona's residents to get together, exchange work, have consultations with editors and others, and have a visit, an intimate visit with a prominent Australian and American writer. We're so happy to have as our American writers for the first 2 programs, Mark Doty and Kao Kalia Yang. And we look forward to continuing this program. You're going to hear from some of the recent Verona participants a little bit later, but right now I want to introduce Jeremy Owens, who is our writer in residence this week. And we're very glad that he made the long trip across the road to the Writing Center to speak with us tonight. Jeremy is a fiction writer as well as the creator and producer of You're Being Ridiculous, a popular live lit show in Chicago. And on Sunday, Jeremy is going to be helping us celebrate National Coming Out Day with a special storytelling workshop for the LGBTQ community. So welcome, Jeremy.
Thank you so much. I really just want to say thank you to Jared, thank you to Lauren, thank you to everyone who has anything to do with, in any capacity, with Write On. It's such a special and wonderful place, and I'm so lucky and grateful to be here to celebrate the opening, just to be a part of anything at all that has to do with Write On in this beautiful new building. As a resident, as a writer, it's really so important to have a safe, warm, welcoming place to come to sort of let all of the procrastination and the grocery and to-do lists of home, to let those things fall away and to have a place where you can come and really dive in to the work that you're supposed to be doing as a writer. And that's what I've found here at Write On. And it's a really special, wonderful place. And when I've written all the words out of myself, then I'm in Door County, so I can go and experience all of the beauty that is Door County. And it's just wonderful, and I love it here. It's one of my favorite places.
Hey, thank you, Jeremy. And before we share with you some words from the participants in the International Lamplight Residency with Corona, we'd like to offer our first trivia question for you all. And that is, whose writing studio, known as the Coop, now sits on Right On Door County's property? So send in your answers. I know I was out there yesterday and saw Jeremy hard at work in the Coop in the afternoon. So to which writer did the Coop belong? And now we're going to share with you some clips from our International Lamplight Residency.
Hi, my name is Amy Hassenter. I am from Urbana, Illinois, and I'm working on a book-length lyric essay called Apocalypse Always.
Hello, I'm Helen. I'm from Australia, up in far north Queensland, but my other home is Byron Bay in New South Wales. Jingiwala is the Indigenous hello. And I'm working on a second novel here at this wonderful Lamplight Residency.
Hi, I'm Jackie Garton-Smith. I live in Perth, Western Australia on Whadjuk Noongar Budja, which is the traditional name for this area from our traditional custodians. I'm writing literary historical fiction, a novel-length work under the working title of The Taste of Red Dust.
Hello, I'm Lauren. I split my time between Appleton, Wisconsin and Sister Bay, Wisconsin. I write creative nonfiction and fiction as well, and I'm currently working on a novel-length work called Whistle Run, based on the fictional town, not unlike the town I grew up in Southern Alabama. And I am a longtime supporter of Right On Door County and so excited to be participating in this residency.
Hi, I'm Lee, and I'm writing a memoir called Someone to Watch Over Us, and I'm from Chicago, Illinois.
Hello, I'm Sally Collin James, writing from the creature-crowded rainforest in the Bundjalung Nation. And at the moment, I'm writing about two women separated by a millennium who find freedom through an extraordinary connection. Keep writing.
Mm-hmm.
We're very happy to be joined this evening by Estella Lauder. Estella served as Door County's Poet Laureate from 2013 to 2015. And as part of her project as Poet Laureate, she started the Door County Poets Collective, which in 2015 published their first anthology, Soundings, Door County and Poetry. And we're very happy that this opening is coincides with the release of the second anthology of Door County poetry, Halfway to the North Pole. And there will be a reading from that anthology tomorrow night, which we hope you'll join us for. And now I'd like to turn it over to Estella to tell you more about the collective and read from her work.
Thank you. The Door County Poets Collective is pleased and honored to launch our second anthology, Halfway to the North Pole, under the wing of Right On Door County. Jared has been a member of the collective since 2014 when it formed, and Lauren joined us last year. With the proceeds from the first book, we were able to help Right On bring U.S. Poet Laureate Tracy K. Smith to Door County And we're looking forward to other opportunities to promote and strengthen the poetry community together with Right On. The collective now has 16 members, having lost Phil Hansonia this spring. The anthology is dedicated to his memory. We decided to do a second anthology when we saw how much was left out of the first one. We wanted to move into the interior of the county where people live year-round and work and have families. And despite our differences, come together to care for the land and the water that sustain our lives in all seasons. So we wanted to represent more of Door County's geology and geography and history, more of the internal texture of this extraordinary place. And we wanted more diverse voices, especially from younger poets. We're hoping that the collective will continue to attract new members and that they will extend the range of subjects and voices much further. In such a rich environment, we think there can never be enough poems to cover all the space. So this volume includes 66 poems by poets who range in age from their mid-teens to the mid-90s. It's arranged in sections that address different aspects of the place and its hardy people, with 10 black and white photographs by poet photographers and I think a stunning color photograph on the cover by Len Delano, a professional photographer who really specializes in Door County. Several of the photos feature the cedar. And I like to think that it becomes a character in the book through those photos, watching over us and the poems. So I'd like to read for you just a couple of poems, since you can come tomorrow night and hear 15 more. And then in November, there will be another reading, and there will be at least 15 more to hear then. But I want to start with Phil Hansonia's poem, The Poetry of Norbert Bly. He left noiselessly, taking the sense of poetry with him. He sat in those words. For him, his cup of coffee was a poem. The unfinished moon and the howl of a coyote, a poem. A fallen tree and a crow complaining of his presence, a poem. He drew stick figures and spoke sentences that dangled and floated like fragments in the wind. He called that a wind poem. For him, sunsets, old men, ripe apples, and old typewriters that could speak no more were poems. The last time I saw him, he was at Scandia. He did not speak, but squeezed my hand. I left without a word. The next day, he died. I suppose that was a poem, too. And from one of the youngest poets, in the anthology, Melissa Clare, Canticle from Newport, Thanksgiving. Paper mache crisps in pale persimmon and copper, suspended in the air, tree wings, tremulous as light. Damp trails marbled with cinder black roots, sugar maple, hemlock, balsam, ash. Feisty Michigani slaps hand to land, theft of branch and silt, reprimand of stone. On this gathering day, far from tables and talk, a solitude of footfall, humble as prayer, vanishing across this crescent of wilderness. It's obsidian snow. It's star fragrant, dark. If you are interested in buying a copy of the anthology, you can do so at several bookstores in Northeast Wisconsin or online at Right On, The Clearing, or Four Windows Press. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Estella. And now we'd like to introduce you to Right On's Board of Directors.
Right On Door County is a really exciting place to be right now. We're at the tipping point with this beautiful new writing center that we have. We're really at the edge of becoming a world-class organization. I think that with the artistic programs that we offer and the writing center that we have here, that we will be on par with many of the well-known names in the country and beyond.
I find every morning I wake up and I think, what could I do for Right On today? Because it brings me so much pleasure and so much joy. I think it's going to be a very significant part of Door County that will bring wonderful people here and connect us all together.
When I was a little kid, I was inspired by the work that other people did to bring world-class artists, dancers, musicians, and authors to Door County that inspired me to do what I do for a living. And hopefully, you know, when we do that here, I'm really hopeful that that's inspiring somebody who 10, 20, 30 years down the road might turn around and say, I remembered this program from Right On Door County and it set me on my path.
And I think a really strong way people are connected is through the stories that they tell. And when you have a space and a time and a place for people to share stories and to listen to stories, it's kind of a way of honoring them as a person. So I think that's the broad mission, is giving the space, time, and place for people to share their stories and their ideas and to both be heard and to listen.
I am a word person. I've always loved words. I believe in words, that they have power to change us, make us feel, make us laugh, make us think. I was just thrilled to get involved with making Door County not only a place of beauty in so many ways, but just bringing the aspect of beauty of words to Door County.
This has been the missing peg that Door County didn't have. In other words, they've got the painting and concerts and on and on and on, and a full display of arts with the exception of something for writers. Yeah, I hope it has a bright future, and it ought to, because it's a darn good idea, well executed.
So I think what I'm sort of most proud of is helping to build this building. It's a beautiful space, and I think it's going to prove to be a real gem for Door County.
I see Right On as being a national and international draw for writers from everywhere, whether they're from Brussels and Sturgeon Bay or Belgium and Australia. I think this is going to be a place that's going to attract people.
I think it's because I was a teacher and I just saw how kids felt so empowered with their writing. And then when I joined Right On Door County and we had our early classes with senior citizens and they were just so enthusiastic to tell their stories, I thought, you know what? There's a lot of power in this. Words matter, so it's exciting to see.
The best part of Right On is it's for everybody and we reach out to everybody. And that connectivity that happens, it's magical.
All right, I wanted to talk a little bit about all of the donors that have made Right On Door County possible. We have in our fireplace room 4 beautiful prints that list over 800 different contributing groups to this dream, which is really exciting. So it's 1 building, 3 terraces, 9 rooms, 39 acres of woods and trails, 140 bookshelves, and I mentioned before, 2,000 new plantings, countless places to sit and write and to gather and communicate with people. Something I really love about this contributor list is that it isn't just dollars that people gave. They gave lots of different energy and excitement to programs. They helped students with their writing. They may have contributed working on the trail, creating things that make this a wonderful place. So there's lots of ways to be involved and to be connected. And I think when you contribute, you're also getting something wonderful back. So you're still able to do that. If you're interested in being on our contributing founding list, you can do that through the end of the year. So thank you.
There are other ideas that we came up with that would connect words and writing with ways of recognizing our donors. And I'd just like to quickly point out a few. Right now, these top shelves are empty, but we would like to see them. There's one on each side of the library. We'd like them filled. For a $500 donation, you will get a book with your name on the spine, but the book will open up and become a treasure box where you can put things that are important to you, writing, photographs, stories that are important to your life, a feather, a stone, whatever you would like in your box. We're going to have a beautiful ladder. Only you can get into your box, or you're in long from now, your grandchildren, your great-grandchildren. And it will be a chance for you to tell your story and share what's important to you. And then also, there are shelves of books, and that's a way of sharing what you feel is important, what reading you've enjoyed, what writing you look up to, something that you would just like to share with everyone who comes here. I wanted to say about the donor panels, they're monoprints by Nancy Ayton, who is not only our landscape architect with her husband Dan Collins, but is an artist. We didn't even know that until she happened to send a notice of an exhibit she was having at Urban Ecology, and these beautiful monotypes. And so she is providing the background for the donor list, and as we look at this, each person really brings a story to us. There are contributors, for example, who shoveled the driveway for 6 years for our writer's residence without sending a bill. Armando Mejia is a wonderful father of Andrea Mejia, who was in our first 5th grade after school writing club and now just graduated from Gibraltar and is off to college. And her father has a painting and cleaning business, and he painted the entire interior of the building and refused to charge. So there, excuse me, but there are all these stories just filling this building, and we are so looking forward to you and people. We want to welcome you to share your stories now.
Thank you, Anne. We just want to say one more time that it's not too late if you would like to be involved in making a donation for the Writing Center. You can either reference the mailer that you may have gotten in the mail a few weeks ago, or you can visit our website and click on the Get Involved. And there's a couple of opportunities of ways that you can donate or volunteer or become a member. All ways that we'd love to see you join the Write On family. So we had a couple of winners for the first trivia question. Many of you knew the answer, and of course it's Norbert Fly. So we'll be announcing the winners at the end of the night, which we're coming up to. The second trivia question is a little bit tougher, but you may have gleaned some of the information from the videos. It is name both of the U.S. Poet Laureates that Right on Door County has been instrumental in bringing up to Door County. So again, that second trivia question is name the 2 poet laureates, U.S. poet laureates, that Right On was significantly helpful in bring to Door County. So with that, we'd like to share one last video with you. We'll be hearing one more song from Katie Dahl, and we'll be getting ready to have our champagne toast. So perhaps you should get your champagne or your cocktail or your water or lemonade like me tonight ready to go. So we're gonna get a nice tour of the building. You've already seen a lot of it, but we'd love to share that with you. And that also gives me an opportunity to thank Peninsula Filmworks, who has made all of the videos that you've seen tonight, and they've been incredible to work with. Both Andrew Clyden and Brett Kosminer have been wonderful, so I'd like to thank them as well. So here, one last time, is a tour of the Writing Center of Right on Door County.
Hello, I'm Jared Santek, Artistic Director at Right on Door County. Welcome to our new Writing Center. I look forward to showing you around. So Right on Door County is located in Juddville. We are just east of Highway 42 on Juddville Road. Where the Writing Center is, we have 35 acres of old orchards, hardwood forest, and open meadows with a wonderful half-mile walking path that we invite you to explore. Across the street, we have the Writer's Residency House. We have 5 acres of land over there, and on that property, we also have Norbly's writing studio, The Coop. So as you enter the doors of the Writing Center, you come into our living library. Here we have bookshelves filled with books by writers who have been in residence at Right On, books by Door County writers, books about Door County or set in Door County, as well as Wisconsin writers. And we invite you to sit at one of the tables, meet with a friend for coffee and discuss your writing project, or read a book, or work on your own writing. So this is the Right On kitchen. As we planned this project with the architects, they pointed out that at every party, everyone gathers in the kitchen, so why not make the kitchen an integral part of the design of the building? So we invite you to grab a cup of coffee or tea, sit down by the fireplace and read or write or do whatever you would like. We also hope to have receptions here after readings, maybe some food writing classes with a cooking demonstration. There's a lot of possibilities for this space. This is our fireplace room with comfortable chairs for you to sit and read by the fireplace or discuss a writing project with a friend or a mentor. We also have this wonderful treasure hunt table here to provide you inspiration for your writing project. So this is the classroom space at Right on Door County, where we hope to have you join us for writing classes, seminars, presentations, conferences. We have a fireplace in here as well, and we look forward to holding author readings and talks, as well as bookmaking activities and other projects. So this is the 3-season porch, where we have comfortable seating for small writing groups or book clubs, manuscript consultations, small meetings, whatever you might like to do. It's a beautiful, beautiful space that opens out onto the terrace. And here on our back terrace, we have a fire pit, stone wall seating, as well as chairs for you to gather in the morning with a cup of coffee and a good book. Or we look forward to having fireside readings in the summer under the stars with our visiting writers. Thank you for taking the tour of the Writing Center with us. We look forward to the day that we can welcome you in person to the Writing Center. In the meantime, keep writing, keep reading, and keep hope.
Okay, we're getting down to the end of the night, and we just wanted to make a few more announcements before we get down to hearing Katie play one last song and to enjoying our champagne. So we've had 2 questions so far, and like I said, we'll be announcing who won as at the end of the night. We have one more question, one more trivia question. This is the last one, and this question is, the volume of poetry from the Door County Poets Collective is called Halfway to the North Pole. The question is, why is it called that? Why is that the name of the Door County Poets Collective newest volume of poetry, Halfway to the North Pole? So, Jared and I wanted to say thank you and also give you a little bit of information. We're very sad that we can't host everybody here tonight, but obviously that's the times that we're all living in. We hope that you've enjoyed so far what we've seen. But if you would like to take a tour of the space in a socially distanced, safe way, we encourage you to go to rightondoorcounty.org and click on the link that says sign up to take a tour. You'll be able to see the availability of the days and the times that are open and fill out a form on there so that you can sign up and have either me or Jared or a board member take you around the space in groups of 6 or fewer to keep us safe and follow the governor's orders, and masked, of course, and to give you a personal tour of the space. We hope you join us to do that.
And we have a number of online events coming up that we hope that you'll join us for. 2 weeks from tonight, an amazing poetry reading with Angie Trudell Vasquez and National Poetry Series winners Michael Torres and Heidi E. Erdrich. Their books just came out at the start of this week. We congratulate them on that, and we look forward to having them with us for this wonderful reading. And then on October 27th, a reading by award-winning novelists Peter Guy and Diane Zinna. We're always adding new events and programs, and we hope that you'll follow us on our website and on Facebook and find out what's happening at Right On.
One last way to get involved, that's going to be new for us in 2021, is to become a sponsor. Either a sponsor of a resident by choosing a genre that you are interested in, or to become a sponsor of a day, which is something that we've been doing for quite some time. You can choose a day that is meaningful to you, an anniversary, for example, or the date of an author's birth or death or a publication of a book. And we can honor that and find ways to say thank you and support Right On Door County in that way. So the last thing that we have tonight before our champagne toast is to have Katie Dahl sing us out in one final song. So please enjoy this last song from Katie.
Hello, everybody. I've been so honored to be part of this night, and I'm so excited about this space and about this organization. So I'm really glad to be here, and I'm gonna leave us with this song that another song that I wrote while I was in residence at Right On Door County, and it's a sing-along. So you all are at home. You have to sing because no one is there to notice anything about your singing. If you're normally the kind of person who thinks, I don't sing, think to yourself, this is a time I can sing. Silver lining of the pandemic. So your part, the chorus is, oh my love, will you stay? Oh my love, will you stay? Oh my love, will you stay? Oh my love. Okay? You can do it. It'll be just like we're all in the same room. And all my gratitude to all of you who made this beautiful space possible on behalf of so many people. So sing along. Why do you ask when I'm so young how I believe my days will run? I can tell you I'm afraid of all the dark I see. The way folks fall before their time, the way coyotes call at the tree line, the way things are, and the way they cease to be. Oh my love, will you stay? Oh my love, will you stay?
The summer heat, the wooden bed, September wheat, the village dead. All the kindness in the kitchens and the corner store. How you whistle in the yard, all the thistle and the chard. They fly as fast as children out the door. Oh my love, will you stay? Oh my love, will you stay? Oh my love, will you stay? Oh my love. If you could ask me when I'm old, how do you turn the days to gold? How do you make a friend of time as he goes walking by? Well, looking back, it's hard to say just how day leads on to day. But I can tell you how the light looks in July. Oh, my love, will you stay? Oh, my love, will you stay? Oh, my love, will you stay? Oh, my love. So when the sight falls from her eyes, when the light falls from the skies, when the wind leaves all that summer spread across the lawn, maybe the lucky ones can see a bright and ragged tapestry, how it hangs there in the air, just like smoke or like a prayer, the way it shines and the way that it is gone. Oh my love, will you stay? Oh my love, will you stay? Oh my love, will you stay? Oh my love, oh my love, will you stay? Oh my love, will you stay? Oh my love, will you stay? Oh my love. Thanks, everybody.
So you just got to see us do a bunch of things, but probably not say a bunch of things. Hopefully the sound is on now. Okay, good. So what I'm going to do is reintroduce Audrey City and say thank you to her. She's our wonderful intern who's been behind the scenes all night answering your questions. And of course, the moment she walks away from her computer is the moment that I forget to unmute us. So there you go. So Audrey is going to read for you the winners of our contest tonight.
All right, so for our first trivia question, the winners will receive a Right on Door County t-shirt. The two winners are Joyce Rubeldinsky and Teresa Parapata. For the second trivia question, the winners will each receive a $25 gift certificate to Right on Door County. And the two winners are Amy Bemister and Paula Kosin. And for the third trivia question, the winners will each receive a copy of Halfway to the North Pole. And those two are Laurel Hauser and Chuck and Kathy Dress. So congratulations.
Audrey or I will be in touch with each of the winners to coordinate either picking up here at the Writing Center, or we can send it to you if you're out of town. So the answers to those questions, the first one we already talked about is Nor Bly, obviously. The two U.S. Poet Laureates that Right On was instrumental in bringing to Door County were Billy Collins and Tracy K. Smith. A lot of you guessed Naomi Shihab-Nye, who is a wonderful poet, and we're so proud she's in the family as well. And the third answer, I'm going to let Estella answer again. This time you can hear her.
There are two waysides in Door County, about halfway up into Northern Door. And they say that we are halfway to the North Pole at the 45th parallel.
Great. So with that, we invite you to get your cocktail ready, your glass of champagne, any drink that you're having, any water that you're having, and Ann Emerson is going to give us a nice toast as we finish our evening. Again, we want to say thank you so much for joining us. I will be staying on with Jared and a few board members to answer any questions if you'd like. If you have any questions, we can answer before we sign off for the night. But after our toast, we'll be finishing our program. Thank you so much for joining us.
Yes, thank you. And I'd love to toast you for taking the time to celebrate with us, and everyone who's been involved with creating this incredible building and the spirit of the building. When we had this glimmer of a hope in 2012, even our wildest imaginations wouldn't have brought us here. And we're so grateful for Jared, our founding director and artistic director, and Lauren Ward, our managing director, who are just keeping this place humming and growing by the day. And the wonderful writing community here that is also growing with visitors from everywhere. Even we had our first international resident last year from Latvia. So the world is our oyster, and we thank you for making this possible. Cheers. Cheers.
Great. Thank you so much for joining us. That concludes our program tonight. I'm happy to stay on and answer any questions if you'd like. Audrey will be on the station looking at any of the questions that come through on the Zoom webinar, and I'm happy to answer any if you have them. Oh, great. Cheers.
Well, that one is an older album. So I know there's no new one. I mean, there is one since then, but it's for the second reason. What's the name of the one piece? Ordinary Man. Oh, yeah, sure. You can have a copy I have here.
Oh, one last thing in case anybody is still there. We are going to be putting this whole recording, if you missed part of the night, or if you have a friend that you know that couldn't be here, we'll be putting the whole recording on YouTube. on our YouTube channel and then posting it to the website as well. So, thanks.